We've reached 300, guys. Welcome back, fellow collectors. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today we are going to be covering the third part of our three-part series of the 150th scale Batmobiles. Today will be the Dark Knight trilogy along with the Justice League movies, the vehicles that were used in those movies. But before we do that, I would like to say thank you to all the subscribers out there. We've reached 300 subscribers. We're, I think, a little over 300 now. So let's go on to 400, hopefully. I appreciate it. And I couldn't have done it without you guys, without your support. But before we do that, again, I would like to remind you, please give my videos a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so I can notify you of future content. And please leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Give me your comments so that I can improve this channel. And also for those who would like to collect these toys and collectibles that I'm going to be covering today, I did leave links in the description below. So with all that being said, let's go on and finish this part 3 of this 150th scale Batmobile collection. Alright guys, the first vehicle on the docket would be Batman Begins Batmobile. This was the first look at the Tumbler when it was not yet actually the Batmobile. It was more like the prototype that Lucius Fox showed Bruce Wayne in the beginning of the movie when they were looking at possible vehicles and other things that he may be able to use to add to his arsenal. So this was the Tumbler as they referred to it when it first came out. It was in camo painted scheme on it. This one, the way it is, very nice looking. I do still like it in this paint scheme. I still like it. And I actually like the one when they changed it into black, but when it was initially shown in the movie, it was really nice looking. And I think in the book they also mentioned how they came up with this sort of design of almost like a, if you closely look at it, like a bat when it's in flight and it's kind of folding its wing towards the front when it's in flight. So that's a kind of a cool conception when they were coming up with the design of the Batmobile. Anyway, so this is the Tumbler in its pre-Batmobile stage, I guess, in the beginning of the movie. You have the back, and it shows a little bit of a synopsis of how it was. Looking under the tarp of Wayne Enterprises Applied Sciences Division, Bruce Wayne discovers a scrap military vehicle called a Tumbler that would eventually become the Batmobile. Anyway, and here's the other vehicles that you can still get. Of course, we've also already covered all these, so no point in going through that. But anyway, this is the Tumbler from Batman Begins. Next one on the docket is the black painted Batmobile. So from Tumbler to Batmobile, this is from the Dark Knight, the second movie. I know that the Dark Knight Begins, or Batman Begins, it was already painted black in the second part of the movie. I unfortunately don't have that Batmobile, so let's just imagine moving forward that this is what it is. And also this was what it was actually in the Dark Knight. So as you can see, they changed a little bit of the rim, made it into more of a bronze looking type color, and also some parts of the fins and sides are changed into bronze. Like I said from my previous videos, I don't have extras to take out of the blister pack, so I do apologize if it's not coming through and you don't see more of the finer details of the Batmobile. But I think, given the fact that, even with my camera, you can still see some of it, so I hope you do appreciate that. Again, this is the colored black version of the tumbler, which eventually is now the Batmobile. And here is some of the vehicles in this collection, which we've already reviewed, like I said. And so this was first introduced in the Batman Begins. This version of the Batmobile continues to conquer evil in the latest film, The Dark Knight. So as you can see, very cool looking. It was nice to look at in camo, but a lot better in black. And this is the Dark Knight Batmobile from the second movie, The Dark Knight. Next on the docket is the Batpod from The Dark Knight, the second movie. This was shown towards the second half of the movie, when the tumbler or the Batmobile got destroyed, and actually, there was a conversion and converted into the Batpod, which is the motorcycle. I guess you can call it the motorcycle that Batman uses. It's quite a neat looking vehicle, and very different from what you would think a motorcycle would look like. So yeah, it was kind of cool seeing it convert and then ridden by Batman when it first came out. So that's the Batpod from The Dark Knight. Again, here is some of the vehicles. And also, actually, I have a second version. This different. It's packed differently. So let's take a look at that one. I'm just going to shift that one through, and here it is, Batpod. A little bit of a different display on it. It's got great detail on it. You can see it's in somewhat of a gold finish. Although I don't know if it was in this color actually in the movie. I think it was really more in a darker finish, but I don't know why they have it in that color. The back shows how it's supposed to look at. Actually, if you look at it, see that's of a darker tone based on the Batman films. So I don't know why they have it in this tone. Let's compare it to the other one. Yeah, the other one is a little bit more, I guess you could see a more matted or muted color, but still doesn't really capture how it appeared in the movie, in my opinion. All in all, it's still a nice looking piece to have. I got two of them, different type of display, different blister pack. So this is from the Dark Knight, the second movie, the Batpod. All right, next, this is from the third movie, The Dark Knight Rises. This is the Bat. Now, in that movie, they did use all incarnations of the vehicle. They had the tumbler when Bane invaded Wayne Tech and utilized the tumbler. Some of them, he put cannons on them. They were in camo still, if you can recall, for those who watched Dark Knight. Also, they used the Batpod, but for the ongoing part of this movie, he utilized more of the Bat. I think Catwoman was using more of the Batpod. He was using the Bat, and so this was the vehicle that was being utilized for, I think, the majority of the movie. quite a nice looking, again, a nice looking vehicle. Very different. It almost like the Batmobile, the Tumbler, morphed into the Bat, because it's not too far off from the same, almost same design as the Tumbler. And again, I apologize, I can't take this out of its blister pack. It's my only one that I have. Hopefully get more in the future. But that is The Dark Knight Rises, the Bat from the third movie. Alright guys, fast forwarding to Batman v Superman Batmobile. This is the latest incarnation of the Batmobile. I know there is the Robert Pattinson one that's coming out soon. That version, the muscle bound, or I guess the muscle car type Batmobile. And we'll probably cover that in a separate video because I still don't have copies of that or a version of that yet available to show to you guys. But anyway, going back into this is the Batman v Superman Batmobile. This is the first that we had take a look that we had a first look at this Batmobile when it first came out on Batman v Superman. It is quite a nice looking, a very different, very sleek looking, very fast version actually of the Batmobile. When I saw that in the movie, I was very impressed by its speed, its agility, the way it handled terrain, and just how the type of weapons that it had. It's just a very cool looking Batmobile. Unfortunately, again, I don't have the Justice League version of it. It is basically it's the same thing. It's just that he put a cannon on the side of the canopy. He took out that part of the canopy and installed a cannon, and I don't have a 1/50th version of that. I do have other scale versions of it, except I don't have that one. And maybe in some future follow-up to this video, I will cover some of the vehicles that I am missing from this collection. Again, the back, and it just says Batman v Superman Batmobile based on the hit 2016 movie. I like that movie. I know some people didn't. I do like it. I also like Justice League, the Zack Snyder version, not the Justice League. So anyway, that's just my own preference. Anyway, this is, again, very sleek looking. Just shows you how the Batmobile evolved over time, and I think it's gonna just keep evolving into other types, other designs, and hopefully they'll come out in forms that I can collect, that I can show you guys and just review in this channel. And I hope through those who subscribe to my channel do enjoy looking at these vehicles, because I do like collecting them. But anyway, Batman v Superman Batmobile. Well, alright guys, that wraps up our review of part 3, and actually the overall 1/50th scale Hot Wheels Batmobile collection that I have. I know there's a few more out there, and hopefully I can collect them and give you a follow-up review in the future. But I know this is a short video and I apologize, but I do thank you for subscribing. I'm glad that we reached 300. Let's go and move to 400 soon and just keep moving forward. I hope you guys like this video. Please share it with your friends, and hopefully they can consider becoming subscribers and grow this channel even more. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.